Hi gents, today's video is going to show you how to dimension your drawing. So the first step is to select our layers and make sure that we've got dimension layer selected. The next step is to go across to annotate. Now then, we've got text over on our left and then we've got dimensions on the next column. So with our dimensions we need to come down here where it says AS1100, so that's the Australian Standard Dimensioning line, and then you need to choose your scale. So we're drawing in scale 1 to 5, so I will select scale 5. From here we have a drop down menu which has different types of dimension lines. We have linear, aligned and angular. They will probably be the only three that we'll use, maybe radius or diameter for the dowel. So the next step is to select, we'll start with linear, so click linear. Now for our dimensioning, we want to dimension our drawing so that it makes it easy for us to complete our project and we don't have to try and figure out dimensions on the go. So for example, we'll start off with the leg, because it's really important to know the dimension of the leg straight away. Bring that out. And the tabletop thickness. Again, if you press enter, it will repeat the same command, so enter. So we're still doing the same command. Now we need to know the top. Oh. It's not ideal having it that close, but this drawing's pretty small. Okay, next we want to know what size our front rail is. 18. And then we also want to know how thick that is. So if we go over here, we'll go 18. Now we don't, when we dimension, we try, as last resort is to put a dimension inside the drawing, so always try and bring it outside the drawing. Okay, so now we've done that front rail. Now the top rail, we'll do the top rail. Again, just press enter. Repeat the same command. So top rail thickness is already shown here. Okay. So we'll start next with the aprons. So the aprons are here. So we need a distance for the aprons. 236. Oh, we forgot one. We also need to dimension a length for our front rail, so we'll put that in. So you guys are very lucky because it's a lot easier to dimension on AutoCAD than it is to dimension by hand. So next we need to know where our dominoes start. Now when we actually create dominoes, we need to know the midpoint. So you might not actually know this, so just take my word for it. So we want to show the midpoint from the top. So we'll select the top of our drawing and then we want to come down to the midpoint. Might be better to do it over here actually. So top of our drawing and then the midpoint. And then we want to bring that across. Now to represent that shape as a midpoint, if we go back to home, then we can select center line, and then if we draw a line just a little bit bigger than it, that there shows that our 27 millimeters goes to the center of that line. Now back to dimension, and then we'll go annotate, dimension. We'll also do one to here. Now see if the dimensions are all fuzzy. Oh, I could just delete that. I might just go from the other way. There we go. Don't know why that's point something. Shouldn't be. Ah, there we go. It's not actually clicked on the line. There we go. So we got our 227s. Oops, I'm missing a center line here. So we'll just select that one. Type in copy, enter, select the base point, in the middle, and just escape. Now you want these in line, you want them nice and easy to read and to understand. So I might just put that this side, make it a bit easier. And we also want to know how wide this board is. So draw a line here and here, and that shows the width. So now we're finished doing, our dimensions for our actual domino is on our front drawing. However, it is nice to have it on this drawing because straight away you'll be able to tell what size you need. we go. And then we also need to show how wide our dominoes are. So put that there. So that's basically the basics of a linear dimension. To do an angular dimension to show this angle here, what you need to do, first find somewhere where it's not all crowded. You don't want all the dimensions all crowded. So we'll come over here to this side and we'll click angular. Now we want to angle from this line. Now it won't let us select the dimension line, so what we actually need to do is draw our own line. Just a little small one there. Now if we angle, we can select here, and then we can also select our line here, which will give us our angle of 15 degrees. Okay. Now the rest of the dimensioning I'm sure you guys can figure out. However, I just want you to remember you want to dimension it so that it's really easy to know exactly what size. You want all the sizes on here so you don't have to flip through all your pages and find your other drawings. So there's still some dimensions missing for this leg, and there's some missing for the top rail because it's got this dovetail here, and also for the tenon on this piece. So I want you to measure all that out and show all those dimensions. One that you might forget, which I just want to make sure that you don't forget, is I want you to show from the top of our leg. We mark everything from the top. Our top will be our datum. So for our top of our leg to our top of our tenon is 116, and then you also want to show that it's 10, and then also show the width of that. Okay, so it's 10 by 10, so you also need a dimension here. I think that is all of the dimensioning that are critical that you need to know. Yep, and then you guys obviously will have to mark out or measure, dimension this back apron. Okay, so now that's once you've completed your dimensioning, let's come back here, and then we want to go to our scale 5. Oh, we actually forgot to label our view, so we'll go back to annotate, and again choose your scale, scale 5, multi-line text, click, and just type in all capitals, front view, and then you can just copy and paste that, side view, and you want it in the center and nicely spread out. Okay, so just move over a little bit. So once you finish your drawing, you've fully dimensioned it, which I haven't in this drawing. Then you go to your scale 5. Now I've shown this before, but if it's got a white background, if you right click, options, so right click on the drawing, options, then display, so right click, options, display, and then come down here to colors, and now instead of white up here we'll just choose black, apply and close. Okay, it's a bit easier to see now. Now then, I've already filled in all this data down here, but I want you guys to fill in all this information. So the material, the title, so it's bedside table orthogonal because it's an orthogonal drawing. The project's a shaker piece of furniture, drawn by, and then the date. And then sheet 1 of 1 because you're not having another sheet for the same drawing. Okay, and then once that's all done, then you can print it. Hope that helps, guys.